can't sing. My little sister is the singer in the family, and we made a deal years ago. She won't cook and I won't sing. So she cooks once in a while, and I sing once in a while. My name is George Gary, and I'd like to welcome you into my kitchen. And we're in show number, I think 90, 89, somewhere around in there. I teach classes around the country, and now I'm doing it from my home because we can't leave. We're almost locked in again. But before I keep going, let's introduce you to Neil. And Neil,
hi, everybody.
Neil, guess what Friday is?
What?
WTF Day. What the Food Day. But we're going to call it What the Drink Day. Do you know what day it is? Tequila. Margaritas. So we're going to make margaritas.
Great.
Neil and I, this past weekend, on Monday, I like to recap what weekend we did. We went out to Palm Springs looking at property. Got to buy something now. Interest rates are low. And we also, we went to our favorite restaurant, one of our favorite restaurants, a Mexican restaurant it's a little family-owned place since 1962 in the Silver Lake District, and we have margaritas, but they've turned their patio into really an oasis. You felt
the parking lot.
The parking lot. Wasn't it cool?
Yeah, it was. It was great.
Because you can eat outside if you're 6 feet apart, and the wait staff is all masked and everything, but the food was exceptional, like it always is, and I always get the same thing. I'm one of those diners, if I eat somewhere and I really like something, I'll keep ordering that same thing because I think, hey, I know what I want. I'm going to eat that. Neil will try everything on the menu, except there you still get the same thing.
I still do.
Yeah,
you're right.
Yeah. So today's Peach Day. It's not National Peach Day. It's just I thought I would do peaches because peach donuts. I'm not making peach donuts, but I'm going to talk about them for a minute. There, years ago, a number of years ago, I wrote a donut cookbook, and then I wrote a story on USA Today's top 10 donut stores in America. And at the end of the whole show today, you'll see that list. I'm going to scroll it so you can see if there's one by you. That was done in, I believe, 8 years ago. And I got hassled by a bunch of donut shops that I didn't include them in the list. Well, this place is called the Donut Man. It is on Route 66. They make phenomenal peach donuts and strawberry donuts. The rest of the donuts are good, but those are what they're known for, and it's only for a couple months out of the year. So I didn't include them on the list. I included Bob's Donuts at Farmers Market, LA, and I couldn't do everything in California. I had to do all over the place. I have one from Key West, one from South Carolina, New York, Chicago. I've got all these different places. So look at the list at the end. But before we keep going, Neil and I did take a trip over to the Donut Man, and we're going to show you a little bit of how they make the peach donuts and their whole operation. And we'll be right back. Stay tuned. All right, we're here at the Donut Man, and it's on Route 66. It's very noisy, and you can see the long line for the peach donuts. And we're going to go get one, and then we're going to show you what they look like. But before, we're going to show you how they're made. So watch the little video that I have. See, they're in the back frying. There's the dough. This place is open 24 hours. This is like a Bismarck, a Filge donut. Then they'll ice them here when he's done. There he goes. Then they'll go into the ice, just like right there. Oh, he lost one. So I'm here in the Donut Man. Oh, there we go. Then they'll ice these. See, there's the icing. A quick bath of white sugar. Then what they do is they come over here and they fill it with fresh peaches. The Donut Man has lines out the block, and they only have fresh peach donuts for about a month. See there, he iced them. He'll split them in half, add the fresh peaches, then put paper wrapping. You can't really eat these with just your hand. And here is the donut place. See all the donuts. And line out the block. Going a little quick here. There we go. So if you've never been to the Donut Man, you got to get over here. And here's our peach donut. You saw how they were made. Not the easiest way of making a donut, but you can see they almost put a full peach, and they're fresh peaches, and they're really picky on how many they make per day, and they are so good. And they just opened up in Grand Central Market, Los Angeles. If you've never been to the Grand Central Market, it is the most iconic market in downtown LA that has some of the best food in LA. And they do have a few little stalls that aren't open. They have one called Egg Slut, and it's just a dirty name for a place. To where I thought if they had Egg Slut, you could have, Trampy Bacon next door or something like that as another place. But these are so good. Like you saw, they take a round Bismarck, cut it in half, glaze it, and fill it up as much as they can. The price, $5, $4.95. So it is one of the most expensive donuts, but you will go back and there are lines out the block for it. So anyway, I paid for those, didn't get a freebie. I just like to show you things that I like doing and going to. So now we have peaches and cream pound cake. We're gonna do that first. And it's got a few little techniques, but it's not that difficult. I go to the farmer's market and pick up peaches. So get some peaches. You can keep the skin on after you've washed it. Getting the peach, and isn't the word peaches, Neil? Don't you think it explains the fruit?
It does.
Because you're like, it's
fuzzy.
furry. Yeah, fuzzy peach fuzz. And when peaches are in season and they're good, they are good. California, we have some phenomenal peaches here. Everyone says Georgia, baloney. Ours are better. So, and if you're from Georgia, I'm sorry. Come to California and taste the peaches. So I take a peach first, and 3 peaches are in this recipe. I dice it and I towel dry it because I don't want a bunch of water or juice, and this will be part of my batter. Now, I'm gonna take 2 peaches and put it in the food processor. First, let me make sure I have everything on. And then just some peaches, 2 of them. And then I'm gonna pull out 1 cup of the mixture after they're processed completely. Oh, with a little bit of fresh lemon juice. So turn that on. Now I hand cut this because I don't want it to be mush. So this is hand cut, 1 peach, this juicy peach, and if you still have a lot of chunks, do pulse. Pulse jumps the blade up. Let's see. Oh, that's right, it's all pureed. And we're gonna get 1 cup of the peach mixture out and keep everything else in. So let me do it this way. I'm gonna pour and get a cup faster. Then the rest we're gonna use to make our icing. And it's just almost peach essence. If you'll see, there's not a whole lot of peach stuff left. It's like I just didn't scrape the bowl. So there's that. Here's our cup. We'll put that off to the side. And then we're going to... All right. We are going to add the powdered sugar and process this. And that will be our icing for on top. after it's done. More like glaze. Scrape the sides down. It has a nice peach color. Oh, we're also doing some peach, grilled peaches. Okay, so there's that mixture. We'll put this off to the side and we'll make our base. So Neil, can you plug this guy in? We're gonna swap it. There we go. And I've got my paddle attachment on this. And turn around so you can see it when Neil does a close-up. So we're going to cup of puree. We're going to put it in here with our eggs, melted butter, and melted butter. I melted it and then sat for a second, so add a little bit of on top. Vanilla, or some people call it vanilla.
Who would that be?
You. We'll blend that up. And while it blends, we will add our sugar. And then we have our flour and our baking powder and salt. So what I'm going to do is put all this in on top. And just make sure that goes on top of the flour and not on the liquid or it'll start bubbling already. Normally I'd blend those three things together with the in a larger bowl, but I'm lazy today. I'm just doing this on the slow speed right now, and we will add those chunks into our batter. You can see the edges still are dry. Don't worry about it. You're going to take and do that by hand. So you don't have to have the mixer do everything for you, but mixers are great. So we're going to take that, make sure we don't have any dry particles, which we do have a few. Then we're going to take our fruit that's been dry. Now if I didn't dry that up, I would have chunks of liquid when it bakes, and that's not what I want. See, like that? Just like that. And then we will put this into our greased pan. You can make a double batch if you want, but it works really nice in this 1.5 pound loaf pan, they call it. And we bake this 325 for a little over an hour. After it comes out, we will have our icing mixture that we just kind of pour on top. I want you to see the color of this icing. It's really kind of cool because it has a peach color and we didn't add any coloring to it. So, there you go. See, is that peachy? Peach. Okay. That'll just go on top. When it comes out, it cools down for about 10 minutes. We'll be back when this comes out. So the pound cake's in the oven, and now I'm going to make 2 desserts in one. One, it's called fresh peaches with mascarpone cheese, and like Neil and I, we were talking, mascarpone sounds like it's some mobster. Give me a mascarpone. And some people are like, where do you find that? And it's gotten popular in the past couple of years, but it's in a little like this, and it's cream cheese almost like. It's got a little bit of sweetness to it, and it's very soft spreadable. People use it as cream cheese. So we're going to take that and some honey. Try to use your local honey if you get some. Farmers markets are great for local honey. And I've got the whole recipe listed for a big batch. I'm only gonna make a small batch of this because Neil has to eat it.
Poor me, huh?
Poor you. Mm-hmm. Come on, honey. I have so many different flavors of honey. This is citrus honey. So since we live close to, excuse me. Okay, well, we always have fun here in my kitchen. So anyway, this is citrus honey that you, when you live in the citrus growing region, which we do, you get lots of honey. And so.
Is that from the citrus flowers? Is that
Yeah.
why it's called citrus honey?
Yeah.
Okay, so
And
it's not like
clovers from clover.
it's not like they add.
No, that's the thing. There's lavender honey, and some people say, "Oh, I infuse mine." You want it from lavender fields, which that's kind of
So it's the honeybees feeding on the lavender fields, making the honey.
perfect. That's what you want. You don't just want lavender.
So they're using the pollen from the honey, from
Yeah.
the lavender, or in this case, the lemon flowers
Citrus.
or citrus flowers.
So you can see it's like a thick cream cheese mixture. And another bowl I have with fresh vanilla bean ice cream that I churned myself. We did that a couple weeks ago. So all we do is we cut our fruit in half, and you want it pretty firm. And you're going to take out the pit. And sometimes the pit has a little bit extra, so you're going to want to make sure you get all that out. So, and you try to keep the fruit as intact as possible. So, oh, that's a large pit. Just like that. Then I use olive oil spray because it's thinner and easier. Spray each side and do the next one. I'm going to do 2 of these. And just like that. Take the pit out. Spray. Just like that. And we're going to use a grill pan. The grill pan, make sure if you've got an aerosol like this that you keep it away from the flame. So I know it's nonstick, but I still want a little oil on it. And I'm using olive oil or canola will work. And like, remember our peaches we cut in half? We're going to put these right on, and they should sizzle. I'm not going to move them at all. I'm just going to put them one on each. I don't want to move them until they're done, because I want those marks. You can do this on your barbecue too. Low flame, put them on top, but that you make sure it's the grill is nice and clean. You don't have meat juices, because peaches and beef don't taste good together. So we just grill that for a few minutes, if that, and the sugars come up and caramelize the top. You can do this with apricots or plums also. Anything, any stone fruit works really well. And another thing that really, really works good is fresh, not canned, fresh sliced pineapple. You put that on because the pineapple is all sugar, and you grill both sides, and you put that with a little bit of coconut off to the side, salad or something like that, and it is really, really good. So let's look at one, and it's probably done because I'm going to push it, bring it up. I'm going to try to put it back on. This was the first one I did, so bring that up. Pretty close. Put it back on because I want it to sear on the, and you don't serve these hot really. It's just really it's more a look, caramelization. You can do it hot, but you don't have to. And it's a different type of dessert from your barbecue or a grill like this. And since peaches are great and in season right now, this is what you should be doing with all your peaches if you aren't making peach cake. So let's check. And I think we're done. So we're going to pull those. These you can also do in the morning. See, isn't that beautiful with the grill marks? You can do these in the morning, and oh, look at that. That really did a nice little char. You don't want to, oh, that's perfect. That one is, so perfect. Here's that mascarpone cheese, our grilled fruit, Here's our vanilla bean ice cream. And so I'm going to take, normally you do 1 or 2 per person, just like that. And then with the mascarpone, I put it on top of the fruit. These dishes seem too small, but people will think they're eating more if they have a small dish and a lot of food in it. And remember, I taught this in Ojai, California. And we'll just do that. And people will be surprised at the flavor of that mascarpone. They're going to think it's whipped cream at first, but it's not. So these are our grilled fruit. Next, we're going to do our glazing of our pound cake when it comes out of the oven, which will just be in a few minutes. Came out of the oven, and here's that glaze that we made with the peach. It's warm still, not hot, but it's warm. I'm not going to slice it in front of you, but I'll take some pictures of it sliced. And we've got the rack underneath, it glazed this way. And then just let it drip. I go down the dead center so I can get some dripping on it. Just a little bit on the edges, not a whole lot. Does that look good?
Beautiful. Smells delicious.
Well, we don't have any of the caramelized peaches left with ice cream or mascarpone because Mr. Neil ate it. And I think you like it, don't you? Let him hear your, well, there's not much left.
Ta-da. It was delicious. Yeah.
And here's our pound cake. I'd like to thank you so much for joining us today. Wear your mask. I know some places they aren't making you, but wear it anyway for other people. Tomorrow, after the show at 7:15 in Chicago, when I'm on live, I'm going directly to Chicago to WGN and doing a radio show for 45 minutes. So I'll do the link on that because we broadcast at 6:30 here, and then by the time I'm finished, we'll go straight over to Chicago. So I'm going to fly to Chicago via internet. So take care, and we'll see you tomorrow, and have a great day. Bye now.